even a month. Holy shit. Bro, I swear I'm so goofy sometimes. Oh. Shit. Okay, I need to do something. Edit channel, permissions, private channel. Okay. Yo, surprise. I give some tunes on too. I don't gotta worry about copyright, DMCA, whatever. Just vibing. I'm waiting on my thing to load, by the way. That's why the screen's black, in case you're wondering. It wasn't meant to be funny. Which one? The game one? Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't intended to be that. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. This work? Yeah, okay. I make my camera smaller too. Okay, so here's my plan, Raz. I'm gonna ask questions, work on my thing, and then you guys, you fucking whiz addicts, bro. You guys can watch the gameplay, because, yeah. You know what's wild? When I made that poll, 70% of people said they would rather look at a wall and whiz than, like, actual, like, gameplay. Which I feel like is pretty wild. Like, I'll pull it up here. Hold on. This one right here. That's like, isn't that crazy, bro? I feel like that's pretty wild. ADHD simulator? Like, bro, I feel like I would rather look at like I don't know. But that's why you make polls for stuff like this, you know, even if you think you're right about something, it doesn't mean you are, right? Like clearly I was not right. That's okay. But that's why learning is a process. Anyways, like if I put this on, I don't know, chat, anybody have like a good vibey playlist on Spotify? Okay. How can you do the programming for Wiz? What language? Um, well, I'm gonna be worrying about that after I get the fundamentals down. So where the fuck did I put my book actually? Oh, it's right here. I'm blind. My bad. It blends in with my PC. I have everything black, so it all looks the same. Oh man. probably turn my mic up a bit so you guys can hear me while I do this. But yeah, right now I'm basically just going through like what I like. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to put this on screen actually. What are you guys looking at right now? Okay. So can you see this? Okay, so this is what I'm looking at right now. Right, so you can see this, right? Partially. Okay, so basically, I'm going through like what I like me personally, right? So this is what I like. Now, obviously, I'm not going to incorporate literally everything in because I'm not a fucking pro at this, right? So I think what I'm gonna do is take elements of this, like I don't know, maybe I like these first three and like MMO. Okay, so I'll take those four and scrap everything else, you know? So I'm kind of just going through stuff here. Picking what I like, what I don't like, and then you know, like something for like a gameplay loop, right? Like this is pretty simple, pretty common. You look at this and I'd be like, okay, what are games that have this? What do I like about those games? What do I not like about them? That kind of thing, right? So basically, once I narrow it down a bit more, I'm gonna kind of like go into everything in detail a little more, I think. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't think I'm gonna make a horror game, but I do think it'd be really neat to to like have a zone where it's more like horror focused, you know? I don't know. Like imagine if like the dark cave in Wizard City was actually scary type shit, you know? So like just stuff like that, you know? Why does Go hate Blade? Kibble, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Kibble, can you retype that message, bro? Can you retype that? Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, like down here right now, for you guys to kind of understand where we're at with that. Aged up, yeah. Okay, let's go on a random character, put some random shit on for you guys, so you got something to look at. I'm also on my Discord right now trying to help this guy with some permissions, but I'm not very good at Discord. So, this is why I need more mods. This is why I need more mods, chat. The Overwatch gameplay is fun as hell. I mean, for a while, I guess it was like last year or whatever, I would get comments of Wiz players, obviously. They would say like, oh, like the Overwatch makes me feel what's it called? Not like seasick, obviously, but like motion sick, you know? So that's kind of what I was listening to. Oh, watch Kimbo. Kimbo, bro, one of the four good players left on the game. GG's, bro. Poor Kimbo Peeve. He's locking it down. I'm gonna turn this off. Turn that on. I don't mind. Where did my music go? Oh, I paused it. Ugh. I'm typing on a big ass iPad. Okay, so what were you actually saying, Kimball? What was he actually saying? I'm more confused. Roblox? I don't know shit about Roblox. And it's not really my cup of tea, personally. It just makes more sense to use Wiz gameplay if you're talking about Wiz. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Is I had somebody make a comment about that. They're like, you're playing the game. Or like right now, they'll be like, you're playing the game. It's like, dude, I'm just doing this because like the fucking Wiz community just loves looking at Wiz. I could give less fucks, by the way. I could be looking at a fucking my home screen, but uh, yeah. Yo, Red Belt, the how many months is that? 28 months, Red Belt. That's a long time. Welcome back, Red Belts. I don't know if you caught the last couple of videos, Red Belt, but I kinda updated y'all with what I'm doing. Why I haven't been live or playing. So yeah, what's up, Death Rider? I love that 18 plus Wiz. We all played it as kids, but we don't need PG anymore. Give me blood and a dark theme. Yeah, I was thinking like just having like a zone be like kind of eerie or something like that. But yeah, I said the best example I could give, or like the way I'm gonna think about things here, is I'm gonna kind of like compare systems between like Wiz and like other games. So like, take something like pet building in Wiz. Okay, I'm gonna look at other games that also have pet building, and just research like what is good about it, what isn't good about it. You know, I feel like that's the best way to go about things. But yeah, anyways, what do I want to go with here? I don't really want to like with what I was looking at earlier here. I'll put it on screen again. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. I don't really stream anymore. Apologies. No, where is it? This. So with this, like I'm not really right now I don't want to narrow it down yet. I want to like wait until I get like a group of like maybe like Wiz content creators or like other people and then discuss that, you know? Um because I don't know, I think it's important to get multiple opinions on things or I mean I think you guys know what I mean, you know? Like let's say I like get the first four, for example here, right? Um but then I don't know, like Soul Sword is here or something. He's like, oh well, actually like these two might go better with that, you know, like that's like the whole point of things I feel like. So I kind of want to wait until I get um, some people in the VC that obviously have played Wiz and have a bit of experience before I narrow that down. But I think for now I could probably like worry about what I want to have in the game in terms of like systems and stuff like that. I know somebody said that I shouldn't do PvP because you have to worry about server load, um, exploits and shit like that or whatever. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would be smart to start off as like PvE only, but I mean, okay, here's my thing, chat, right? I would like to start off as PvE only, but the PvE I want to do, I want that to be multiplayer. You know what I mean? So like I would like to have okay, let's take fucking Unicorn Way for example. Okay, right? I want to like build an experience where you can play with a friend and have things be like like a team up kind of thing. So if you guys play Marvel Rivals, there's team ups, right? So for example, uh, translating the Wiz terms here, let's say you have a storm and you have a life, right? I talked about this in the Discord earlier, but you might get like a plus 10% team up between those two schools in your combat, right? So um, I like to kind of have that for my PvE and then maybe worry about PvP later. But I also really like PvP. So, you know what I mean, chat? Thoughts? Yes, Nemesis. Yo, what's up, Gimbal Peep? Thank you for the follows and the subs, by the way. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people like Roblox. I just, it's not my thing, you know? Let's play some Overwatch. Nah, because then I would actually have to play. I can just put this on for you fucking ADHD heads, you know? Oh, Red Belt, what happened, bro? What's the news? Look at Dan? What about Dan? I don't even know what's going on. He's about to get one-shotted. That's all I know. Anyways, I should probably start a new page. Well, chat, how many systems are in a game usually? A lot, right? I don't think half a page would be enough. I feel like I should start a new page. Yeah, I'm gonna start a new page. I'd rather have it be organized than unorganized and regretting it, you know. I guess I could, like chat was saying earlier, I could like maybe write down the different coding language and engines on this. So because yeah, the whole point of the first page I showed you guys was to pick and choose to narrow things down, you know. So yeah, systems will go on a different page here. I wish you guys could see what I'm looking. I mean, even if I put the camera down, it would be backwards for like you guys probably can't read backwards, and you know, so it's it's kind of skipped. I mean, I could probably get something where was like a hand cam or something. I know like some people have that kind of thing. Consider a horror game. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that for my first try. I think I would be interested in doing a horror zone, which is what I said a minute or two ago. What even happened to Dan, bro? This is Storm PvP in a nutshell. They do no damage, and then their entire health bar is just gone. Storm PvP. Okay, so systems. Um, so we'll do like companion. Am I spelling companion right? Whatever. Companion slash pet slash whatever. What else? I guess like a loot table. Trading is important. Trading, loot tables, companion slash pet. I don't know what else to put. I guess combat. Yeah. Yo, what's up, normal? Oh, what is Locke messaging me about, bro? It can't be good. Bro, Locke, are you here right now, dude? He just messaged me some crazy shit, bro. I can't lie. He messaged me some crazy shit. I'm not even sure to think about it. Oh, yo, it's my goat Uziel, dude. Do you get a haircut? No. What is that? What is that supposed to mean? You know, man, I got a comment on my, I think 2 videos ago. I basically, they had a shower. I just went and recorded right away. And like my hair was like, yeah, I'll ruin it because I don't give a fuck, honestly. But there's like just like this, it's like flat or whatever. And they're like, dude, don't do that, Liam. What the fuck, I don't know. I just literally didn't give a fuck. I like having it like up to the side, like a little bit like that. It's That's my preference. It's time to get off the shit school. Danton played his 1 game of Storm for the day, and then he's done. Hell yeah, dude. Is this your first time doing PvP? Huh? Is this your first time doing PvP? Seems like a really basic fit, can't lie. Well, I'm not doing PvP. I'm just spectating games. So, but no, I've been Warlord on almost every school consistently. Where's the minion peeve? It's right here, dude. It's right here. Minion peeve. Uh, been Warlord since day one. You'll get there, champ. Oh, hell yeah, Bloon. Hell yeah. Okay, so I have combat, trading, loot tables, companion pet. Um, I don't know what else is there. Why is my camera like off center? I don't know. I feel like combat's like a big one. I guess like side activities. Hmm. Yo, what's up, Autumn? I appreciate it, buddy. Do you love this PvP? It's I don't even want to like think about what I'm looking at anymore. It's fallen off so hard, bro. Okay, well I only have 5 so far, chat. Is there anything else like in terms of systems? Like, bro, like it can't be like surely there's more than that. Side activities, combat, trading, loot tables, companion slash pet. Um, I guess I could make like would that loot tables trading? Okay, I guess I could make like a gear. What's the word? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'll just do gear system. Like something I really liked about Destiny, um, was how they did their gear and how they improved their gear system over time. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a single match without a minion in it this update, which is pretty wild. Granted, I've only logged on like 3 times to record, I think. But okay, so we have 6 now. Um, hmm. What about that's kind of combat. I was thinking like different types of combat. So I guess like in Wiz's case, like you know how it's just like you're always casting a spell or whatever. Um, what if I'll back out here so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so like you have your mana, right? So let's say I'm gonna cast a fucking. But why can't I? This game is so buggy. Let's say I'm gonna cast a I don't know, like a elephant, right? So like you need like mana and like it's a spell, right? Maybe you could just have like a stat where it's like physical kind of damage, you know? So like you might have damage here, which affects your physical damage and your spell damage, but then you have an independent stat where it's like physical slash melee or something, you know? So like in Wiz, the only thing we have really for melee is like what, a wand, I would say, you know? So I don't know. I'm trying to think. When you like go into a fight. I'm thinking like if you went into a fight, right? Something I always really liked about Wiz, and you guys can obviously talk about this as well. But what if you had like a second row of cards, kind of, you know? So you might like spawn in, okay, these are your spells, you know, and then like you hit something, and then that's like your physical slash melee spells, you know, that kind of thing. But then yeah, you could have like a physical slash melee stat that also um goes with your damage or whatever base damage stat to incentivize those. Because like you could make it so like objectively speaking, like physical slash melee would be more effective for DPS, but then you need to have to use your mana and your spells to get around debuffs. So like the shield gambit or Elephant case example I used, right? So like you wouldn't be able to just only brute force a boss. Like you would need to have like you guys know what I'm trying to say, kind of. I don't know. I like the idea of that divinity. I never heard of that. What is that? I have to play Storm to get matchy. I saw your Storm was like 1600 elo. Yeah, I noticed that too, Dan. You're not the only one. A bunch of good players just like D-ranked to like veteran to get games because the game is so dead at high ranks. So what would I mean, that's just kind of part of combat though. Um, I guess like spell upgrades, which would be kind of the in Wiz's case, it would be spell elements, but I'm not. I don't like spell elements. I mean, I do, but the way they did it is just bad. Okay, chat. I'm asking you a question right now. Would you prefer? Okay, let's take fucking skeletal dragon. Where is he? Okay, right. So spellments right now, you have to grind the shit out of them like no life, right? Would you prefer something like this, or like like back in the day, you would have like a spell quest, So like let's say you start off like you learn dragon at level 40, right? And then to upgrade it, right, you have your own quest to tier up the dragon. Obviously I feel like 5 was a bit much, maybe like 3 or something would be better. But the quest would be related to the dragon in this case because, you know, obviously, not just doing random fucking shit, right? But I think that would be a lot better because you'd be invested in the actual spell you're upgrading, right? And it's not just like brain dead, mind numbing grind like Spellements in a way. You know what I mean? So, as I said, let's say you unlock the base spell level 40. Um, then your fucking trainer gives you a quest for like the tier 2 version, and it's like more lore into the dragon, right? And then you do that quest. Okay, now you have tier 2. Then you get another one. I gotta say, I'd probably stop at tier 3 because I feel like 4 and 5 is a bit much. But um, yeah, it'd basically just be lore behind the spell, so you feel more invested in the spell, right? And it's not just like brain dead shit like spellman grinding. You know? What are your thoughts on that? I need to go pee again. Fuck. Ah, this damn creatine. Okay. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, that's the one idea I had for that section or system. I'm just trying to think, like, before I move on, is there like anything else? Obviously, I'm not trying to like entirely copy paste. I'm just looking for ideas. Like this stuff, I'm not worried about this stuff. Um, something. Oh, right, right. That's one. That's right. Housing. So, an idea I had. I need to put my music back on. I'm OCD too. It's okay, chat. Not just you guys. An idea I had for housing. So, like, let's say, I don't know. First off, when you go to like a new world or something, I think it'd be cool to like have your own dorm in that world kind of thing, or like maybe every couple of worlds or something. But so let's say I'm level 1 right now in Wizard City, right? I wouldn't initially start off with a dorm, right? Like once I do my quests or like get through Wizard City or like something like that, I could like craft your own dorm. I don't know if that's the way I want to go about it, you know? But instead of just like give it like them just being like, here's a fucking dorm, you know? It's like you have to like actually like build your own dorm kind of thing. Kind of like something like the Sims or whatever, I don't know. But I feel like that would be like a whole giant to take on. But I really like the idea. I really like the idea of that, you know? Because like that way it's not just like, oh, like here's a fucking dorm. Oh, whoops, wrong door. It's not just like here's a fucking easy dorm that everyone gets, you know? It's everyone's dorm would be unique and different because they have to build it differently initially and they have to unlock it, you know? Or like just imagine you didn't have a dorm at all in this game, right? You have to go to like level 15, maybe now you unlock your housing, right? But this whole time you've also been collecting stuff to like think of it like you're fucking passively collecting wood and stone, I guess, like over time questing, right? And then you can use that stuff to build your dorm, build your house, whatever, you know? Um, Again, obviously it's a lot of work. That's just very basic, but I kind of I feel like that'd be a lot better, you know? Like an Arcanum apartment. Uh, Not exact. Well, kind of because the Arcanum it's unique because it's part of the world, right? I really like that idea. What I'm talking about is, you know, your dorm or that apartment, Red Belt, the whole perimeter, I guess, or whatever, the area would be unique. Like you would craft a unique area similar to like The Sims or something, Minecraft, right? Instead of just being like, yo, here's a dorm, go crazy. You know, so actually make your perimeter you want and then build your shit, you know? I think that'd be cool. But obviously that's gonna be a lot more work compared to what Wiz just has. You should grow a beard. No, bro. I do not. I'm good. You have a hand of 7 to 10 cards that were usable. Yeah, I have a couple of ideas for that too. Yeah, like maybe like a row. Like I have to go to combat, by the way. I was gonna do that and I kept yapping. Sorry. Let's say you have like 7 cards or whatever. Like you have one row that like recycles, so you could technically never run out of cards. Obviously, you wouldn't want this to be something overpowered. Like, let's say you have a fucking infinite tempest, right? Like you're not gonna like. Uh, I mean, that's kind of too good, you know. But like maybe something like a wand, you know. I think that would be a really good idea, especially for like PvP in a Wizard's case, right? Like, just kind of like having like a utility slot. You know, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, you know. So I'm gonna fight this guy. Do I even have spells in? Oh, okay, I do. I do. Yes, right about. Okay, so let's say like on the far left right here, imagine this is a wand right now. Let's say this is like a reusable utility. So like it might be a blade, it might be a wand, you know, like that kind of thing. You know, like it's not gonna run out. I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool. Then you can have like these be normal, like I don't know, like cycle like usual, but that one could stay static or whatever. Not as good for PvP, but enchant should have their own thing. What do you mean by that? Yes. I have a gambling problem. Yo, what's up, monkey? Yo, Mutz, that's a crazy question, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna write this down. So like building slash housing, I guess. Didn't I have anything else? I guess the card thing would be part of combat too. I feel like I don't want to get too many ideas. I want to just like keep it basic and then refine those ideas, you know? Like, okay, for example, like let's say what we have, seven or eight right now. Okay. So I would much rather focus on quality over quantity, you know? So like going through each one of these and making sure they're good, you know? Instead of just having a bunch, like not throwing shade at Wiz here, just an example. Um like all this stuff, like, you know, fishing, blah 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 blah, like fucking photomancy, you know? Like I feel like I'd rather worry about that stuff later, but like just focus on making like a fun game that feels good to play, you know? So I feel like I kind of wanted to stop here because I feel like even the side activities, like I want to worry about that later. You know what I mean, chat? I just want to focus on making things better, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'll put your ADHD PvP back on. Sorry, I was just talking about ideas there. Okay, so we'll do this, and I'll put a question mark behind side activity because I don't want to prioritize that. Ugh. A real visual side deck, but for enchants. Interesting. Oh, I forgot my other idea that I was gonna talk about too. What was that idea again? It was like having a separate kind of deck or whatever. Chat. What was I talking about? Um. Oh fuck! I lost it. What was that about? I forget. What was that about? Fuck! I lost the idea. Chat. Was anybody paying attention? Help me. We were talking about how like 1 year 7 cards would be like reusable, like a wand or a blade or something in theory. But then we're also talking about like how, oh right, the physical versus the magic stuff. Yeah. Okay, I need to write that down before I forget it. Yes, I need to write that down before I get it. Okay. So let's call it like physical deck and magic deck. Okay. Separate deck. Yeah. I need to put a marker down for this so I don't have to run his bench. Why can't King's Isle just make a PvP mode that's pure Rochambeau? Um, I don't know. That's a good question. Hello, Green Bean. How are you today? Okay, so for example, I'm gonna go bully this Lost Soul again. This poor guy. I appreciate him for cooperating. Okay, so let's say you have your combat right now, like this, right? So let's just pretend that this is the magic deck, okay, right? Then you have like a toggle or like something over here, or like flea, for example, right? If I hit this, I would get my like physical cards, right? So like that stuff might do more damage, it's more hands-on, it doesn't use mana. Like it's not really utility, you know? So I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool. I feel like that'd be cool. Yo, what's up, Mark? You're queuing on the ult right now? Yo, dude, I don't think I'm that cracked. I don't think I'm cracked enough to do this, stream, queue on an ult. I don't think I'm that good, Mark. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Hard to make new modes to split lower player population even more. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think he's saying though, like more people prefer pre-Rochambeau, so that would get you more players. I think that was his intention. But yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna keep with what we have here. Worry about side activities later and other systems. Just worry about refining this stuff. Um, what about something like okay, like treasure cards in Wiz, for example, right? Like, what is the purpose of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think how to word this to make you guys digest what I'm trying to think better. Okay, so let's say, you know what? I'm gonna get fucking paint out for this, bro. You guys can't judge my painting though, okay? Please, like, I'm really really insecure about it. Okay, okay, dude. Okay. Um. Oh, chat's kind of in the way. Okay, I'll put it like there. Okay, so imagine you have. I'm gonna split this just for simplicity. So like, this is your magic stuff. So this is like your elephant, for example, and then this is like your physical, which is more focused on like DPS and stuff like that, right? So then you have a button. This is a terrible button, but you would swap between decks here, right? So I'll put these tallies as like 7 cards or whatever, 6 cards, whatever the fuck you want, right? So 6 on both sides, and then this will toggle between them both, right? So I'm thinking, would there even be a point to have like a treasure card kind of system if like I don't know if you guys know I'm trying to get it or not here. Like, what's the point of TC? Hmm. Is King's Hell broke? I don't know, chat. I don't know. It's probably too much money for them to update the engine. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. Special case cards. Normal situations you don't have access to. Now, what if like you actually made? I don't know if you guys agree with this sentiment or not, but like when I was younger, on ways, like I always liked the idea of like treasure cards being like actually rare. You know what I mean? So the way we use treasure cards in ways right now is basically for more deck manipulation, right? Or more deck control, whatever, right? But in this case, instead, what if treasure cards was just like something rare and actually overpowered instead of just being accessible, more like control. I don't know if you guys know what I'm trying to say or not, you know? Um, But yeah, I don't know, because think back when you're like in level 10 or whatever, like and you got like a Kraken TC, you're like, I got one of these motherfuckers and he's him. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like if you made like unique treasure cards like that to the point where they're actually like kind of rare, I think that might be cool, you know? So like instead of it being something very common like it is right now, like in WizPeeve, it's more so like you use it in a clutch situation in a boss or something like that. You're funny, Green Bean. You're funny. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like just having like a TC system where the cards are actually like rare and they're not just copy pasted main deck cards in a different deck, you know? Unique, rare TC, basically. Because I always liked the idea when I was younger. That's how I initially thought it would be. Yo, Crouton at the rate of 20, thank you, buddy. And Haley. Damn, was that planned? That was two back to back. Well, thank you guys for the raids. Hope you had a good stream. But yeah, I like that idea. Um, I'll take this off now. I just wanted to get my point across. Dude, this minion is in every fucking game, bro. Yo, that's crazy. Okay. But yeah, I really like that idea. Like, I guess, okay, another way to interpret it in Wiz terms would be your TC would kind of operate as like an item card in a way. In terms like it's rare, it doesn't always come up, you know? You like minion peeve, Peyton? That's good for you, man. If you plan on making them rare, you should also make them infinite use. Ooh, that's cool. I kind of like that. I mean, do I? Is that too similar to like a normal card though? Like, let's say you have a spell quest. Maybe you could do that. I'm a little worried that's too similar to like a normal spell quest you would have, you know? So let's go back to our Bone Dragon example here. Like, we have our fucking spell, we can upgrade it via spell quests, right? Um, and then TC obviously is not going to be copy pasted like it is in Wiz. I mean, I guess you could just make the argument that there'd be more spells. Peyton, I haven't done PvP in like 4 months, bro. This shit is cooked. This shit is cooked out the. I don't even have like the new meta death spell. It's old, bro. This is what I was using, but it's definitely out of date. So way back then, TC felt special. That's what I'm saying, Alexia. But yeah, I mean, okay, what if, let's go back to the Kraken example, right? Let's say you have your Kraken, your one TC Kraken, right? You could use that in a clutch situation in theory, right? Or maybe if you got the card dropped, you could then do like a quest to have it infinite use, like chat was saying. You know what I'm saying? So like instead of just using it in a clutch situation, you also have an incentive to maybe save it, and then I feel like something like that though, it would have to be really grindy to have like a permanent TC though. Because if we are gonna make them like OP or whatever, like I feel like that's something you'd want to make grindy, similar to like magic weaving, but hopefully we could do that right. You know what I mean, chat? Yeah, no, I think there's like 4 good players left in the game at this point. Louisville, which is pretty sad. Maybe once you discover a TC, you also learn a recipe that allows you to recraft it. Maybe. Yeah, there's some stuff we could do with that for sure. For sure. What else would I want? I guess, oh my god, there's so much stuff to combat now that I'm thinking of it. There's so much stuff. I'm not doing PvP chat. I told you guys I'm not playing until games all gets their head out of their ass. I'm not paying and I'm not playing. This is just for you guys and for me to get ideas. Any of them stream? Or is there a PvP guild? I don't think you guys understand. PvP is like there's more people in a singular guild than there is people queuing in 24 hours right now. I don't think you guys understand the scale of how bad things are right now. So like I don't know. You might start a YouTube channel. That's cool. I've been seeing some more new WizTubers pop up. That's cool. I respect the grind. No, it is not cooked right now, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, Dance on the Fire. He's on the real storm. Hmm. Because yeah, I'm thinking like with combat, like when you think about Wiz, there's Arch Mastery, which granted wasn't there initially. But there's like Pips, and then there's like the health thing around you, like quality of life thing. What else is there? I mean, I guess it's not really that complicated. Like, it's just the pips, kind of, like the power scaling. You know? I don't think I would want to do something like Arch Mastery anyways. 'Cause I feel like a lot of people preferred Wiz before Arch Mastery. Unless you do like PvP, then maybe it's fine. But, like I said, that's not my initial goal or desire. Arch Mastery's a dumb stat. Yeah, I agree. The stat is stupid as fuck. I think probably just keep it simple, like have a pip like system. Bro, why does everybody always have like fucking 10 blades on, by the way? Like, I don't understand. So I guess like just some kind of power scaling, which is like pips in Wiz's case. Stupid ass minion. I guess. You know what's funny? The Wiz devs would low-key be like, wait a minute, if Storm has the best minion, why isn't Storm fine? That's literally what the oh my god, actually this like it's oh it I actually just got a pain in my brain dropping my IQ to their level for a minute there. Like holy fucking shit, bro. That means Storm's library can't be bad. Fucking like oh my oh. It's I gotta stop thinking about it. It's gonna piss me off. Holy shit. You know, chat. Okay. So we have our two different kinds of decks, the TC thing, and then power scaling. I mean, I feel like that's as basic as I need it to be for now. I think. So we'll leave it at that. Then obviously I need to dissect like each part of that, like what is physical, what is magic. Worry about how they're balanced individually. So yeah. I'm close to Warlord, I just get tied every other game. Welcome to the party. Where's the cat? She's not in here right now. Storm Phoenix? The trap one? Is that what you're talking about? The universal trap one? Yes. Emperor, did you not see my video, bro? This guy, bro. This guy. Maybe he didn't see the video. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Chat, do I want to pick apart the combat systems now? Or should I go through, like, okay, so I'll read what I have. So we have, like, companion slash pet, loot table, trading, combat, gear system, spell system, and housing system. So should I just go through the basics of what they are individually first? Probably, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. And then once I do that, I can just keep picking apart, keep picking apart, keep picking apart, right? What do you think? Or should we just do one at a time and keep picking that one thing apart? I love how they preach school identities to ruin the school completely. I think something too, could I write this down? Is this a point for anything? I don't really know where I'd add it, but obviously since I'm not a fucking company, like there's no way I would have 7 schools, right? So that's like another thing. That's like it wouldn't literally be a copy and paste of Liz, because like there's just no way I'm doing fucking 7 classes. You know what I mean? So I was kind of thinking of the idea of like less is more. It's just this whole project in general. That's the philosophy. I feel like is like quality and like combining things. So I guess we'll go to the Wiz screen here. Alright, see you later, Green Bean. My music, I turned off my music again. My headset's not even on. Why am I complaining? L streamer. Okay, I can't even make a new character. The Wiz struggle. Do I have anything on this guy or can I delete him? I mean, the mount is rare. I need the mount. What about TC? Just the mount. Okay. This is a lot more fun than actually playing the game. I'm actually enjoying myself. Can I spell? Illiterate? I'm looking like Emma, and Mickey right now. Oh my god, I really am. I can't spell. Holy shit, dude. There we go. Okay, so for example, so like Wiz has 7 schools, right? So obviously, since I have not a whole company, like I said, maybe we could look at things as like, okay, like Storm, Myth, and Fire. What do they have in common, right? So let's like divide them all into one. You know what I mean? Or like Ice and Life, right? Instead of having them independently, why don't we put them together? Like have a tanky healing school, you know? Because that way I feel like it'd be a lot easier to balance and it'd be a lot less work as well, considering I'm not a whole company. So if we were to go about it that way, okay, so like you would have like your hitting school, let's take Storm, then divide Myth and Fire into that. Then you have like Ice and Life, which is your tanky support school, right? And that leaves us with what, just Balance and Death, which I guess you could argue that might be more utility focused, maybe. But if we were to go that route, we would only have 3 classes then, which, I mean, Destiny has 3 classes. Destiny was okay. I don't know, I was kind of hoping for at least 4. Why are they in that order? What, Wiz or me? I'm just hypothetically talking here, what my ideas are. But yeah, I don't know. Because I just feel like that way it'd be a lot more simple too. And also like kind of corrects the thing of like the issue that Wiz has right now, like between like Storm, Fire, and Myth. You know, it's like why would I ever play Storm when there's Myth and Fire, right? But if you just have a clear hitting school, that is way better at hitting than like your other 3 classes or whatever. It's like, okay, it's not even a competition, you know? That's kind of what I'm thinking. So it would be a less of a workload. It would be 3 or 4 classes instead of 7. It would make sense, and it would be easier to balance. Am I making any sense, chat, or no? Am I making any sense or no? I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I think I am. But yeah, the way we literally just divided it though, there'd be only 3 classes. You'd have like a damage one, um, like a support slash tank one, and then like utility class. I would really like to get 4 though. I don't. What would that 4th one be, chat? Do you have any ideas? I guess I'll write this down while I'm yapping and give you guys the talk. Um, would classes be a system at all, or no? Not really. I mean, wouldn't. Well, no. The abilities of a class would be the system, right? Not the class itself. Ugh, I don't. This is so much fucking in my brain. I'm just gonna put classes as a system. Whatever. Then brackets, like, I don't know, DPS. And then I want to think of a 4th. I feel like 3 is a little, 3 could be fine, but I don't know. I feel like 4, I feel good about 4. Oh, the Nightbot just gas your shit, bro. Yeah, he'd be doing that. 7, it was Liam, 7 is good. It was fine before Rapbeard. Well, okay, even if you guys want 7 classes, I'm not a whole company. I'm just me as of right now. So like that would be like a lot. And like I said before at the start of the stream, my goal is just make a very like refined, logical, accessible game that has layers of skill to it, you know? And then in the future, I want to worry about adding more classes, maybe, or adding side activities. You know, right now, I just want to focus on making a game that makes sense, if that makes sense, chat. What should I pack in my deck for Death Peeve? Uh, Ask Peyton. Pyre Dragon. There you go. Pyre Dragon. You're good to go. Okay. So how many systems do we have now? We have 3, 4. We're back to 8. Yeah, I mean that's plenty for me. I don't need more than 8. The storm minion shields. There you go. Haley's playing. I'll watch Haley play. Fire Dragon or Sun Serpent. I prefer Sun Serpent and Immolate or Nautilus and Sun Serpent on my death. But maybe it's not meta anymore. I don't know. It probably is. Game doesn't change much. Where what? Yo, when can I buy the Wizard101 Discord? I think you need to acquire the company first and then worry about the Discord, right? Yo, Null's about to save the community for real. He's gonna buy. He's gonna save the Discord. True justice. Yo, what's up, Tash? I mean, I could add that to the list of stuff that I want to do when Wiz gets their head on their asses. Totally. Yeah, I already have a pretty big list, Taz. But, I'd be down. Oh, shit, I dropped my pen. Where'd that motherfucker go? Yo, what's up, Arlene? Oh, the burn disk. Oh, okay. I don't even have, like, a disk thing in my computer anymore, dude. You're making me feel old. I don't like that. Imagine hearing Fire Dragon in a death deck for PvP 4 years ago. Yeah, you would literally, people would want to admit you into a fucking psych ward. Like, honest to God, chat, eh? Okay, I need to get back to work here. Okay, chat, so we need to fucking agree on something. Do I want to go through each of the 8 systems and make them a bit more transparent, or do I want to focus on one at a time and perfecting one at a time? Hotel Wi-Fi is ass, true. The Discord is scary and needs authorities. True, true, true. If you made a game I would just play Storm, you have that much faith in me, Peyton? Hell yeah, I did. Oh, Locke's gonna be in a video? That's cool. Locke's a good guy. Storm, how hold this one shot then? Peyton, you see that thing that Dan made? It was like last year. I think it was like Dan, Tom, are you here? It's like a storm saber tooth. I think it was like double storm owl damage, like 3k base if they're not a storm. So like if you're a death against a storm, your owl will do 3k instead of 1500. Shout out to Danton, bro. Oh god. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm just gonna do my thing. I think y'all are just chilling, which is fine. I ain't here then. I think, dude, there's just no way I'm fitting 8 things on this page, though, bro. Yeah, there's just no fucking way. Okay. How about... Oh, he died already? Oh, I guess they are a storm, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do loot tables next. I feel like that's a pretty easy one. I could just make this whole page, like, combat basics, I guess. So, like, what you would get from drops, the combat itself, maybe the classes. Sure. Okay. Why does my fucking desk feel like it's falling apart? What's that sound? I don't like that, bro. Yo. What the fuck? Oh my god. What is that? Is that the arms and the monitor? I think it is. Oh hell no. These things are too expensive to break. Yes it is. It's not the desk. Oh hell no. That's scary. That's scary. Well yeah, death, dual fires meta. Pyre Dragon's the best fusion in the game. You had 1.1k? Nice, dude. Keep it up. I like your idea. A lot of spell mints. Put lore behind it and only 3 levels max. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like if I did like 5, I feel like that's just like too much, you know? Because like you want it to be interesting, but you don't want it to feel like a fucking chore and a grind to do that. Okay. So loot tables. I'm like really concerned about this chalet. It's like making a lot of noise. But I don't know what to do about it. Like I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Not right now. Like is it loose maybe? Why would it be loose though? Okay, I'm gonna go fucking check under my desk. Oh my god, I'm too big for this fucking thing. My age is showing. Jesus, dude. Okay, I think it's definitely just the monitor arm. For sure. Because like the clamp is fine. I have Firestarter and Pluto as well. Nice, dude. Get those videos out. You got it, man. Okay, so loot tables, basically the rarity of loot. I need to go pee again. That's why I'm standing up. Sorry. Rarity of loot and difficulty of fights, difficulty and type. Okay, I need to go pee again. Ah. Yeah, what's up, Sky? Jamal Airfinder? Yeah, he's been around for a while. For sure. Okay, so intention. Would be like guided, easy, mid, hard. It's fine for now. So boss. It's a minion. Then what about like a raid boss? Thoughts on that, chat? So they can ways you just have a boss and a minion. So okay, let's take let's keep this very basic, like I said for now. Let's go to Wiz City, Colossus Boulevard, right? Maybe I don't know if I would do it this early in the game, by the way. Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. But okay, so when you look at the map here, right? You have like your bosses, and then at the end of the street you have like the big bad, right? So like these guys are minions. Obviously, minions help in like boss fights, raid fight, whatever, right? So like as you're progressing through the street, I feel like the end of the street or whatever, like it should always be a raid boss or whatever. So maybe that means they're cheating, or like you just like literally can't one shot them. Like there's different phases to them, you know? Um I don't know. Like, okay, the way I'm interpreting it in my head chat is like, okay, you have your minion, you have a boss, which is kind of just like a longer minion fight, maybe, right? And then you have like your raid boss, where it's like, okay, like there's special rules here, kind of thing, you know? But, hmm, I kind of like that idea. And I think also something that would be cool is you could have consistent theme. Okay, so let's say again, in Wiz terms here, let's say your raid boss at the end of the street was advanced content only in Wiz terms. Okay, I'm not saying I would do that, but in general, there's advanced content spells only, and then he also had his cheats, you know? So like kind of like maybe something like that where it's a special instance with cheats. I don't know. I kind of like that idea. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. It's like a raid boss. Then I guess you could have cheating bosses in there too, just like bland cheating bosses. Okay, so we have the attention, easy, the types, rarities of loot. I mean, not really. Like, when you look at any kind of game development page, this is what they do. They look at the genres. So what I'm doing right now, Saz, is I'm looking at stuff like Destiny, I'm looking at stuff like Wiz, I'm looking at stuff like World of Warcraft maybe, or Chat's bringing up examples too, right? So you look at consistent themes between them, pick what you like and what you don't like, and then you make it your own thing. The only thing I really need to be careful about, well, obviously I'm not gonna name it Wizard102, right? Obviously. The only thing I need to be careful about is like literally copy pasting shit, right? Which I'm not that fucking stupid, chat. I'm not that fucking stupid. You know, you can't sue someone for being inspired by an idea. That's just not a thing. If I literally just copy pasted like Storm or something, it's like it's different, you know? Or like Unicorn Way, it's like different. But it's about the ideas and the vision. So I appreciate the concern though. Genevieve has volunteered. Was she the one you were telling me about before, or is that Olivia, Taz? Before we did our video. I'll put a game on for y'all again. For loot rarity, does Wiz even have loot rarity, chat? Not really, right? Bro, there's no high rank games on. Where's Kimbo when you need him? Where's Kimbo P when you need him, bro? Well, I mean, they quite literally like copy pasted one thing nearly has. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Wiz just has loot, doesn't it? Like whether the loot is good or bad is subjective to the player. It's not like rarity. Not really. I feel like something I'd like to see like improved about Wiz is like the rate at which you get stuff. Like what I really liked about like Grizzleheim, for example, was like you always felt like you got a drop, even if it was some random fight, random boss fight. Like that's shit for you to sell, you know? Like a lot of the later worlds in Wiz right now, like they don't drop you anything that you could sell, or like you don't feel like you're ever getting anything, you know? So I would say probably like consistent drops. Because it's kind of like a dopamine thing, right? Even if you don't get something good. That's cool, Taz. Mm, I guess obviously your best drops, you want that to be like a raid boss or like a cheating boss or something. I feel like a standard boss maybe for like cosmetics, you know? Because I don't know, I don't really like the idea of having a boss drop like everything. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I wanted to drop a lot of things, but like for example, let's say, what's a good example? I guess, mm, not really a good example here actually. Okay, let's say Lord Nightshade, right? Let's say he drops like literally everything from your hat to your deck, right? And like it's all S tier stuff and it looks really cool, right? Like at that point, I feel like that's just kind of dumb. Like I feel like I would much rather have a boss either drop cosmetics or like S tier stuff. I feel like having both is just like not a good idea. I don't know my thoughts. Because like even if you like the idea of getting everything in one place, like I feel like at the end of the day, like you don't want to sit there for hours farming the same thing, you know? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So maybe you could have like the cosmetics be dropped at standard bosses and maybe cheating bosses. And then the actual like S tier stat stuff at like the raid bosses. Yeah, but that's why you don't do that, YG. I don't even know if I want a cheating boss to drop cool stuff. Because like even on a Wiz, like when Wiz does that, I feel like it pisses me off. Bots chat. Like if there's something really cool that you want to get, like a sword or something, just the cosmetic, by the way, not stats. Like you're not gonna want to sit there and like do an annoying ass fucking cheating boss, you know? I feel like you just rather fight a normal boss for it. Mm-mm-mm. You're talking like farming headless type of cosmetic farming? Like in Darkmoor, that one? Yeah. Yeah, like okay, for that one, for example, space, like that's kind of what I want to avoid. Is I don't want a fight to be like that tedious for cosmetics, if you know what I mean. Um, like sure it could last multiple rounds, maybe. Like probably not more than three, I would hope. But I don't know. I feel like that's a little too tedious for cosmetics. I feel like if you're going for cosmetics, especially if you're gonna have like microtransactions in your game, like it should be accessible. Like you shouldn't have to do 1,000 runs to get something you could just pay $5 for, you know? Yo, what's up, Arthur? What even is vibe code? I don't know what is that? When you code only using AI? Oh, really? I'll write this down for now though, because I like that idea. Okay, so cosmetic, it's standard bosses. What would I call like good gear? Uh, I don't know, fucking generic word, epic gear, I guess. At raid bosses. Okay. But yeah, space, because I think when you look at OG Wiz and compare it to now, so let's take Mythic drops, that's good too, yeah. Let's take like Mushu or Dragonspire stitch farming, and let's compare that to Headless, like you said, right? I would say majority of players prefer the Mushu Dragonspire stuff for farming rather than the Headless thing. Oh, that's a jump scare. But yeah, okay. I'm kind of getting tired. Look, how long have I been doing this for? Only an hour and a half. Holy fuck. I mean, I guess we did a decent bit today. The whole page. I think that's good. I like that. Yeah, I like that for loot tables. Okay, so we started breaking down combat system and loot tables a bit today. We went through the systems um, that we want to have that aren't excessive, you know. I got egoed. Wait, what? Oh, my bad. Sorry, Arthur. Um, well, after I get this stuff done, obviously. I need to have the vision and have it be clear before I do that stuff, you know? Bro, how the fuck did this guy get a Thundering Djinn off, bro? A double botch Thundering Djinn. What the fuck is this Ice Wizard doing, bro? What is PvP nowadays, bro? I'd say no, Arthur. But I got friends and I'm willing to learn. So. Okay, so we'll check this off. And we'll check that off. And I'll do this. 2. Okay, so we have 2 out of 8 done, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct. Okay. You organize them like that, spies? Maybe. Yeah, we could do that for sure. So I'll go over what I have for the loot table one last time here. So okay, so we have rarities of loot, which is basically what Taz was talking about. We have the difficulty and the type of the loot. So basically, is it guided, as in like a tutorial? Is it easy? Is it mid? Or is it hard? Right? Then for the types, we have boss, minion, raid boss, and cheating boss. And in general, as a philosophy, I want to have consistent drops because that obviously triggers like dopamine. And I can speak for myself. When you quest to like Winter Tusk or whatever, sure, most of the gear fucking sucks there, right? But you actually feel like you're getting stuff and you can sell it for a lot of gold. So it's kind of cool in Winter Tusk, right? So I want to apply that logic to my game for the consistent drops. And then in general, cosmetics, I want that to be its standard bosses. So again, in a Wiz comparison, um, that's like the Mushu Dragonspire farming from back in the day, that kind of thing. And then your actual like good gear drops, like I don't know, let's take your fucking Reaver gear, you know. That stuff would be from like raid bosses, you know. So yeah, I think I like that. And then maybe I could throw in like stuff like mounts exclusive to cheating bosses. So like that way it's pretty simple. Like, okay, if you want to look good, you can just farm a fucking boss. If you want a mount, okay, you have to do a cheating boss. And if you want like the best stats in the game, you need to farm the raid bosses. And I'm not saying I'm gonna have whiz raids, by the way. I'm saying like a raid boss in terms of like it's really like it's difficult. Like you can't just one shot it like a normal boss. Like there's phases to it, by the way. That's what I mean. So that's what I have for the loot tables right now. I think that's good. Thoughts? What do you mean, Arthur? Can you give me an example? Yeah, I mean that's the idea I gave was years ago for like packs and stuff has is like what was the idea? Like after you spend X amount of dollars, so let's say a pack is 400 crowns or whatever. I want you to spend $10, which is however many fucking packs. And then after that, you can choose what you want, you know? Um, I like that because, like, if you want to gamble and get lucky, maybe you do. But if you are an unlucky person, then you can pick what you want after. Because, you know, because think about it, right? It's actually a really good idea because instead of just, okay, let's take this fucking, what is a pack wand? Is there any of them? Okay, let's pretend this is a pack wand. Okay, right? So you could open a pack for 400 crowns and get this right away. Maybe you get lucky, right? But after $5, or in Wiz's case, 2,500 crowns, you would guaranteed get an item you want. So let's say you want this wand, you get a pop up and be like, okay, what do you want? And you get that wand, you know? So that way you would still make a profit, right? Because worst case scenario, you're making $5, right? And best case scenario, the player's happy, right? So the players like they're just gonna be happy and you're gonna make a profit, right? Which is how it should be. It shouldn't be, I feel like shit for spending money on the game, you know? So that's why I suggested the Wiz a long time ago, and I think that's what I'm gonna do with my system. I don't even know if I would want like gambling. I don't think I would even want to encourage that in my game actually, but maybe since it's gonna be more mature and people do like to gamble, maybe I don't know. Listen, Snow, it's a process, bro. All right. Uh, Scalability, con. What even is that? Security, concurrency, Pluto. Where's Pluto? I don't even say. Oh, there's Pluto. Storm better be buffed every update. This guy. A selective pity system? Yeah. Yeah. Or I kind of one thing I will give Wiz credit for, as I'm literally doing this right now, I do like their idea of doing a boss X amount of times to craft things. I really do like that. I just think in Wiz's case, it's too grindy. You know what I mean? Um, and like I said, we're trying to avoid literally copy pasting, like chat said, because obviously you can't do that. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could make my pack system similar to the boss system, where it's like every 5 runs you can pick something you want or something like every five. Oh fuck! I just threw my pen. Every five, you know what I mean, chat? Maybe like something symmetrical like that. Thoughts on that? Well, no, it's not gonna be called that, YG. It's just making my own thing. Would they ever bring back ranked team peeve? Probably not for a while. I mean, their priority, if you even want to call it that, is extremely unbalanced and hasn't been updated in 7 months. So something that isn't their priority, which is team PvP, I mean, you know, it speaks for itself at that point. Um, but yeah, I think for hmm, I need to put a game on for you guys again. Sorry. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm not really paying attention to my ways right now. Dude, there's no high rank players. Holy fuck. Oh my god, 700 rank on a fire. We have to watch him. Holy crap. I have a hair in my mouth. Fuck. Why were comments being deleted earlier? Oh, that's because of Nightbot probably. So basically, if you like have cap spam, he'll time you out, or if you post a link, he'll time you out. It's like an AI mod thing, Madeline. The only comment I don't even moderate comments honestly on my stream. Here, I'll show you guys what I look at when I stream. Actually, I shouldn't tell you guys this. I shouldn't be telling you guys. This is that looks trippy. This is kind of what I see. It's like you guys are here. Like I literally can't. I don't think I can time you guys out. Oh, I can. Wait, I didn't know that. Never mind. I can time you out. I just choose not to. There you go. I learned something. uh, but no, I'm usually I don't really believe in like banning people or timing them out unless they're like literally fucking crazy, you know? So like for example, like comments I remove on my YouTube is people just like blatantly like spreading misinformation or something like that. Like I don't know, like Taz did 9/11 type shit, you know, like that's basically it. I don't really moderate a whole lot though. Unless it's crazy. I like my hair Arthur. I think a lot of people do too. Maybe not you guys, but I don't know. Hello, True Frost. How are you today? Oh, Steve, did you miss my answer? I think they did. Um, yeah. Okay, I'll try and summarize it. Basically, King's Isle's priority isn't even getting updated, so something which isn't their priority, which is team PvP, which is what you're asking for, is nowhere close to being updated or prioritized. At least, I mean, bro, it's not Arthur, Arthur, bro. It's just fucking, it's existing, bro. Okay. I woke up. This is it. I put my hand in my hair. That's that. That's it, bro. There's not anything in it. Yo, what's up, crab? Why was I single though? It's just the name I saw in the chat, bro. Yeah, dude. Holy fuck, Peep is dead. It's just the low rank people. Lucky. Anyways, what was I gonna write down? Something related to loot. This is for the fucking the Wiz heads who need to see Wiz to be stimulated now. So I talked about this at the very start of the stream, but 70% of people said they'd rather just look at random shit on Wiz than like any other gameplay or anything else. So me personally, I'd much rather just look at a fuck. I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm looking at my fucking paper. That's why I'm looking down all the time. But I don't give a fuck. It's for y'all. Or like in the case earlier when I was talking about combat, like I tried to draw a comparison there. Can you check the boards? I think they're broken. You got bullied there. I feel like the analogy worked though. Did it not land? Um. Okay, I guess I'll put. Hmm. How do I word this? It's like a. It is quite literally a pity system, right? After X, because I don't fucking know, amount of runs, you pick your drop. I like that. Because like I said, I like Liz's idea for like how they have it. I just think it's too grindy, you know? And I feel like if I just took that but made it less grindy, that's like a little too copy paste. So that's not what we're trying to do, right? So that's I had this idea like years ago for packs and general farming. I kind of also like the idea of like you can't just pay for something right away. Like maybe I don't know. Like let's say you farm this boss 5 times, right? And you only want one thing, you can just pick your thing after 5 runs, you know? But like if you want everything from that boss, maybe you could pay, or maybe it's better just to keep them farming, to keep repeating the 5 runs guaranteed drop, you know? I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like you could do something once and just whale everything, kind of like how Wiz has it. I don't like that. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just make it so you can't pay for drops. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't worry about microtransactions anyways. Taz on the come up for real, dude. Make the drop rates good. Yeah, I already wrote that down. As consistent drops, spooky. I would need to go through the rare. I don't think I want to have like 5 rarities. I feel like just having like 3. Again, just keeping it basic and accessible and understandable is fine. And then for people who actually want to like get good at the game, they'll have their way to do that. But yeah, if you guys are in the Discord though, like I did already post my first page, I think, did I? Yeah. If you guys are in my Discord, I have a tab for this right now. I'm gonna pin it actually so it doesn't get lost. But what I'm literally writing this whole time right now, I'm gonna take a picture and post it in there so you guys can see what we have so far. And yeah, like I said, probably this weekend I want to get together with some like other creators, Wiz creators, obviously, and talk to them about things. Ask them like what they think about this. Is it a good idea? Basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. Is this a fucking timer game? How is this a timer game on a Storm Wizard? Liz. Liz, bro. Am I right? Think like old Darkmoor, maybe? Maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, I think I've done a good, I mean, I know I've done a good job about that so far. As I said, this is pretty much how people develop games. Because, like, I mean, if you think about E33, I talked about it in my video, it's basically just fucking Wiz and, like, Dark Souls or Sekiro, like a Souls game put into one, right? So, like, you just look at the systems between a couple of games and then put them together without actually copy pasting it, you know? Do you want mod again, Crab? I can give you mod. Are you in my Discord, Arthur, by the way? No shot, Fluffy Pancake. Nice job, dude. Oh, Danton versus Haley. Hell yeah. What time is it? Oh, it's getting late. I should end stream pretty soon. Um, so I have loot table, pity system. Then yeah, I think I want my pity system to match packs and actual farming. If I do choose to do packs, I don't know if I want to do that. Hmm. Combat system. I guess Yeah, I could work on refining the combat system. I think after this one, I'm gonna head out for the night chat. Then, like I said, I'll post everything we have written down here in the Discord there, so you guys can look over it, offer your input, see if I missed anything, type shit. You know, you like? No, you do not like ice. Yeah, ice is annoying right now. It's not actually gonna be called the Wizard102, bro. That would this like Taz is saying that would break. That would be copyright infringement, probably. We're not doing that. I'm not that stupid, boys. But yeah, probably. Okay, so we're gonna write. Is the audio quiet, chat, or am I just stupid? I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. Okay. So, physical equals like DPS, basically. Magic equals utilities. So I said, like, think of physical like Tempest, and then your magic stuff would be like Elephant, Shield version. This song fucking blows. I like the idea of having one. What would I call it? Like one section, one card, or what is one card type being recyclable. So like wands or blades in Wiz case. Yeah, what's up, Jason? Name it Wizard202. I can't fit that all into this, into like a sentence prod. Maybe I could if I use big words. Maybe I could. I would say the main things, the people at the company just don't know what they're doing. They don't listen to their community. It's anti-consumer. And there's just no updates. It's all that kind of mixed in a pot, pretty much, to summarize. Okay, so I think we have the like the UI basics down. Oh nope, we're missing one, TC. So I want our, I don't know what we'll call, we don't know what we'll call our TCs yet. But I want it to be rare. And maybe like have like TC mastery. That's what chat was talking about. So rare. Let's call it TC for now. Not overlapping with main. TC mastery. It's like infinite TC basically for doing something. Then the power scaling. That's the hard part. The power scale. Like in Wiz's case, it's pet building. In E33, I think it was I need to replay E33, but that game was so good. It was like that. They didn't call it mana. It was like I don't know what the fuck it was called. I don't know what it was called. Wizard Purple. Yeah, what's up, Chris? How you doing today, bud? Are you gonna have a housing system? Yeah, so we talked about that earlier. It's kind of like a building slash housing system. So the way I want to do it, Spooky, is not have, I don't want to give you the house right away, right? So the example we used earlier, why is this person's head spinning? Okay, back to the topic. So the example I had earlier, right? Let's say you are in your starting world. So in Liz's case, it's Ravenwood, right? Instead of just giving you a dorm right away, I want to make you actually earn your dorm. So once you're halfway through your first world or at the end of your first world, then you can, you know, collect stuff passively from questing and make your own dorm or make your own house with your resources, right? So that way, instead of everyone's dorm being right here and looking identical, right, you can build your own dorm in an area and make it unique, right? So instead of having these fucking weird ass rectangle thing here, you can craft like your perimeter and your area, right? And depending on your resources, have it be as big as you want, and the theme of it will be in the world you're in. So if you're in Wizard City, it's Wizard City vibe themed, music themed. Obviously, you can decorate however you want. But then let's say you go to, and again, this is was examples, Avalon. It'll be Avalon themed, but the same thing, right? When you quest through Avalon, you'll get resources to build your own dorm or house, whatever, there. So, yeah, that's kind of my idea for it. Like instead of just like giving you something generic like Wiz does, I want you to be able to build it yourself the way you want to by engaging with the world you're in, you know? So like let's say you're in Wizard City, right? You complete the world, okay, you could build your house, right? But I want to make my house bigger. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and do side quests, or I'm gonna do team ups in Wizard City or something, and that will give me more stuff to make my house bigger and cooler than everyone else's, you know? Think of it like a Wizard City housing currency kind of thing. I don't know if that's what it would be, but that's the idea I have. Um, yeah. Why not call them legend cards? I mean, yeah, like I said, we can talk about the names and stuff. It's I'm just translating it into Wiz terms for you guys because literally just starting. So you think that idea sucks, Chris? What part don't you like? I'm Canadian, bro. I'm not American. That's idle mode? Oh, wait, was he saying idle mode sucks? Or my idea sucks? I don't know. Would it look like Wiz? No, it'd be modern graphics. What's chat? I literally have, I'm the only person doing this and I have 2 fucking pages. Like, it's not even close, boys. It's not even close, okay? I posted the video at 2 o'clock today. What? Talking about release date. This guy, bro. This guy. What would the goal be though? I don't know. I mean, E33 was 6 years. Um, but it's also not gonna be like as crazy as E33 in terms of like quick time and like how much like unique shit they have in that game. Um, I don't know. Before I'm 30, I think before I'm 30 is a good staple. So probably like I don't know. With my with my work habits, probably maybe 4 years, depending if I get like people to help me out quicker or so. Oh, are you saying Taz having bad Wi-Fi sucks? Oh, okay. You see how I didn't just jump to insult Chris right away? You know? I wasn't like, oh, fuck you, Chris. I'm right about my fucking housing thing, you know? I went straight to, how can I make it better, Chris? You know? That's how things are supposed to be. Legend card. I like that. That's a good name. But yeah, no, I think for stuff like that, we'll, again, we have the Discord. We'll come up with a couple of names, Taz, I think, and then we could probably let like the community vote on that stuff. So yeah, I guess all I need to put down for this unique power scaling, because you can't just call it pips or whatever. That's literally copyright. I need to think of my own unique aesthetic vibe and name for the power scaling. And then yeah, I'll write down I guess I could probably just do this. For as system names. So like TCs, legend cards, whatever. I.e. TC equals legend card. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that today. We got a full page done. We got 2 out of 2 8 2. Oh my god. 2 out of 2. Fucking talk, bro. I'm sounding like Mickey and Emma. I can't form a fucking sentence or read. We got 2 out of 8 systems. Slightly simplified. It's not bad. Steam or independently? Again, that's down the line. Down the line, Alyssa, as I learn more, you know, figure out what's best. I'm gonna worry about the microtransactions, and that's the last thing I'm gonna worry about, Alyssa. I just want to focus on making a good game that's fun, accessible, is progressive in terms of like, if you want to get better, you'll get better and be rewarded for it. That's my main thing. That's all I care about. Mm-mm-mm. Are you in my Discord, Spooky? I have a whole tab for this in my Discord. Suggestions in your Discord just in general? No, there's a tab for it. So if you go to discussion, it's at the bottom. It's quite literally it's called Wizard102 right now, just because I don't know what else to call it. Yeah, I feel like that's a recognizable name for now. So yeah, once I actually get like a name for it, I'll rename it to actually what I want it to be. How much would this cost? I mean, again, chat, that's like that. I would not price it as a full price because it's quite literally going to be my first thing. Um, but I don't know. Probably only like 20, 20, $30, I would say, depending on how big it is. Because, I mean, if you think about it, chat, E33 is what, 40 or $50, and that game is like fucking, like, him, like, you know. This is not going to be E33, right? Maybe half the size of the E33. So that's why I'm thinking like half the price of that. So like probably like, I don't know, like, yeah, like 20 to 30, I would say, maybe around there. Definitely on the cheaper end. Oh, how much to make the game? I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet, dude. Like, we'll figure that out when we get there, but I'll track that for sure. For sure. I'm not sure. Um, you're not sure if you're in my Discord? It's called the Premium Penguins. It's like red. I'll see if I can find you on Discord though. Mm, mm, Jill. Okay, I'm gonna message you right now. Let me know if that's you or not. It'll cost money for AI to code, good coding, and then playtest, and then fight fundamentals. Oh, well, I'm not expecting this to be done in a week, like chat was saying, Joe. Talk to Taz. Yeah, Taz was here in the chat earlier. I listened to his ideas. The old one, the hacked version. Oh fuck no. Okay, here I'll put the. I hope the link works in the chat. Let me know if the link works or not. I think it only works on Twitch. Spell your Discord and YouTube chat. Yeah, I think I never fixed it for YouTube, Chris. I think you're right. I think you're right, unfortunately. Fuck. Okay, where is he? Jill. Okay, there we go. And then for YouTube, 1 second. I gotta find this. Put my tunes back on. I haven't been streaming much, so I never fixed the YouTube link not working. It's my bad. Okay, try that in YouTube chat. Let me know if it works. Most games set up GoFundMe's or Patreons for that. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, like I said, after we get this basic stuff down, and then I'm actually gonna like work on the coding and the program, like that's when I'll worry about that stuff, chat. So I guess like I should probably make a roadmap for this as well, just for myself, but as like a basic visual thing for y'all right now. And again, I could be wrong because I'm a fucking noob here, completely open to criticism. Like right now, I'm like worried about the design, right? So like number one, design, you know, like what is the game? How do I want it to operate? You know, that kind of stuff. And then after that, that's when I need to worry about the the coding, I think. The coding, art, program. That's what I think. This is completely ugly. I'm sorry. Sorry for your eyes. And then the last thing I want to worry about, well, I guess, yeah, 3 would be like QA. And then literally the last thing I want to worry about is the money in it. I feel like that's how you build a good game. So that's kind of my idea for it. Obviously, like when I actually make this for myself, it'll be a lot more detailed and whatever. But I think as a philosophy, I think this is good. Thoughts? Art style? All I know is I want it to be modern. I don't want it to be like anime or like Wiz style. Beta for this comes out next Friday. Oh yeah, you're insane. Did the link work, by the way, Chris, or no? You'll be done with this game by the time Wiz makes this good again. That'd be funny. That's crazy. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm pretty happy with our progress for today. Again, I'll take a picture of this and post it in the Discord. I'll probably make a rule as well in the Discord if you are interested in this. I'll just ping the rule instead of ping everybody in the Discord. So I'll probably do that. And then yeah, we can just keep working on it together, and yeah. I think that's enough. I'm tired. I'm tired. Yo, what's up, jamming? Yo, not the Nightbot timing out again. Well, ideas and design goes together, Taz. I'm not very good at Discord either, bro. I'm in the same boat as you, Chris. Your Nightbot thought I was posting links? Yeah. I mean, chat, back in the day when I did start streaming, there's hella people posting those fucking links, like literally bots coming in doing that, so we had to like cut down on it pretty hard. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out for today. I'm tired. My voice is getting tired. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested, join the Discord. I posted a link in YouTube chat at the end of the stream here. For Twitch, there's literally a command for it. And then I'm gonna ask you guys if you want a role for it in the Discord tonight. And you guys can sign up for that. And then I'll ping you guys with any updates about whatever. So okay. Well, thank you guys for hanging out today. Thank you for the help. I will see you guys whenever I have some time again. Okay, bye. Take care.